Alright everybody, Numjo is back with another discussion video, and today's discussion I'll be talking about is GTA Trilogy yet again, and whether or not what kind of soundtrack we should expect for that remaster. Since yesterday I already seen like a fucking rumor going on across the internet, some guy on 4chan claiming that he data mined the game while he was preloaded the game on PC, and according to him and his sources, a lot of songs from Grand Theft Auto Vice City and San Andreas, including one song from GTA 3, will indeed be cut from the remasters as well. The same way they got cut in the mobile versions from a couple of years ago. So pretty much most songs come from bands such as Michael Jackson, Toto, Guns N' Roses, pretty much all the more popular stuff that will probably be too expensive for Rockstar to pay up to. I'll have the image of what the leak looks like and all amount of songs that might be cut from the game. But this type of list has actually got debunked by a reliable GTA Twitter account known as GTA Net, and he states that that list was debunked as fake and likely planned to cause friction to the community. While at the same time he also believes that music may be removed due to the copyright issues going around and how expensive that these licenses can be. So pretty much what this rumor did was cause a big amount of backlash from both the community and fans alike. There's a lot of people that say they're going to boycott the remasters because the songs are going to cut, or while others are going to say they're going to stick to the original versions of the games on PS2 and the original Xbox. So pretty much I kind of want to make this video just to put my 5 cents of what I personally think about the whole rumors and stuff, and whether or not if music will be cut from the games or not. And to be quite honest with you guys, I wouldn't really be shocked if music ended up being cut in the game, or better yet, at least the same amount of music being cut from the games. Because if you really want to think about it, musicians such as Michael Jackson or Ozzy Osbourne, Toto, even Guns N' Roses can be pretty expensive to make a partnership with nowadays. Like they could make a lot more money than they did back in 2002 and 2004. Because of how even more popular that these bands and musicians can get now, and that would mean that the revenue would be a lot more higher to make a partnership with and gain the licensing right. Which is why that most of these game developers tend to cut these old songs from remasters such as GTA. Because I know Activision kind of had to do the same thing with the Tony Hawk games, with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Or only a little few songs from 2 and 1 pretty much being cut from the remasters and getting replaced with newer songs from newer bands and old ones as well. So pretty much this type of stance and this type of way of cutting down music is not that rare to see, and it's pretty much normal for an open world game like this. Because I'm pretty sure like with GTA 4, when it became backwards compatible on the Xbox One and Xbox Series X, Rockstar had to like cut songs off from the 360 version and had to update with like cut songs and shit. Pretty much just so like they can make the games playable on the newer hardware without having to worry from making new contracts from newer bands and shit. So this wasn't really the first time they ever did this before, and they have done this before with the mobile ports, as I said. So the possibility of them cutting down the music for licensing problems and to save up on money wouldn't really shock me at all. But in my personal opinion, I kind of hope that they end up making these new deals with Michael Jackson, Toto, and all such as bands like that. Because they still have a lot of money from GTA Online, even all the other games they made recently like Red Dead Redemption 2. So pretty much using that money for nothing and not really making a good effort to make these new deals would be a big waste of money, a big waste of resources, if anything. Or in better terms, it would be a waste of time for both sides. Hence is why I kind of want to see the music like those come back in these 3 games. Just so I can have the more definitive experience just listening to my childhood songs that I grew up from these games. With my master graphics on the Unreal Engine 4 and shit. Because if you really think about it, I didn't grow up with these songs until I played these games on Vice City and San Andreas. Like Michael Jackson's Billie Jeans, when you ride on the bicycle on the very first mission you play on Vice City. That has to be one of the most memorable memories I have with Vice City when I was a little kid. Billie Jeans, bet my lover, he's just a girl, that's not I am the one, but the cheese is not my son. Like that was some good shit. I would just sing that song every time I play Vice City on the PS2. And I don't know about San Andreas' soundtrack because I never really paid attention to the music on that version of the game as well. But there has been a few songs that actually had some tones and some beats that kind of were stuck to my head every time I played San Andreas on the OG Xbox. So for those songs to come back for the definitive edition and remain the same due to licensing agreements, that would be a good thing and would be a healthy move to make for this type of remaster. Not saying that it's really needed or anything, but it would definitely be useful and definitely would be worth bringing back. But hopefully Rockstar and Take-Two will eventually open up about the game's soundtrack in a couple of days, along with a new gameplay reveal. Not really a reveal, but how the gameplay really looks in-engine and shit. Because so far, GTA Definitive Edition doesn't come out until a couple of days. Anything 2 or 3 or 4 days stuff until those games come out on the 11th of Thursday. And we haven't really gotten info on the soundtrack nor a proper gameplay and shit. And that, in my personal opinion, is not really that healthy for a game to be that promoted. Because usually games really should get like gameplay, more information on the games, all that stuff like that, right? But in this case, Rockstar has been very quiet about this game and haven't said too much about it anymore. Either that they're keeping the gameplay and all the mechanics a big surprise, or the game will be a massive mess at launch and they're trying to hide all the rough spots the game might provide. Because I've already seen some screenshots of the games and stuff, and you can tell by the skins, the way the animations looked, and the way that the hand structures are really built. Because I saw one screenshot of like, I think it was like Tommy or something, or Ryder from San Andreas, like holding like a baseball bat. And they weren't even holding it. Their hands were wide open while they're holding the bat. So it didn't really look like they're having like a big grip on that baseball bat and shit. It looked pretty weird, and I hope that was not really going to be in the final game. But in my personal opinion, it may be a disappointment or it may not. But all I'm trying to say is that work doesn't look like it's being put into it. And I'm kind of scared that it may be like the next Watch Dogs or the next Cyberpunk, where it might be a big buggy mess. But we're still a couple of days away, and I could be wrong and shit. But as far as I'm concerned, the silence that they're showing off so far is not healthy, and they need to speak soon about it before release. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the GTA Trilogy today, and whether or not the soundtrack will remain the same or not, and why Rockstar's absence and silence about the game any further is hurting the game's marketing. If you guys have any suggestions of what music you want to see stay in this game and the remasters and shit, and if you guys have anything to say about Rockstar's dead silence on the game's update status and shit, leave the comments down below what you personally think about the remasters so far. Smash the like button and smash the subscribe button while you're at it too, for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next video I ever do. Bye.